Imagine standing on the edge of a battlefield road so wide it looks empty, quiet, almost harmless. Then the ground starts to shake, not from explosions, not from aircraft overhead, but from something rolling toward you, slowly, heavily, confidently. What you're about to see isn't a tank. It isn't a weapon. It's the machine that makes every weapon possible. Because without these giants, armies don't move, wars don't last, and missions fail before they even begin. You think tanks win wars, but you're about to discover the truth. The biggest military service trucks ever built are the silent kings of modern warfare. And once you see what they can do, you'll never look at a truck the same way again. You're probably imagining a big truck right now. Maybe tall, maybe loud, but forget that picture. These machines are not scaled-up pickup trucks. They are rolling fortresses. They carry tanks like luggage. They drag missiles across frozen wastelands. They cross deserts, rivers, and mud so deep it can swallow smaller vehicles whole. And the scariest part is this: most people have never heard of them. Let's start in places where roads barely exist. Places where cold can kill engines and distance alone can end a mission. This is where military service trucks earn their reputation. One of the most underrated giants ever built comes from Northern Europe. The Patriot 6x6. At first glance, it doesn't scream monster. But that's the trick. It was designed to survive where everything else fails. Frozen forests, broken terrain, endless snow. You're not just driving this truck, you're trusting it with your life. Developed in Finland in the early 2000s, the Patriot was built with one goal in mind: keep moving no matter what. It uses a powerful diesel engine that delivers steady force instead of flashy speed. You don't race with this truck. You crawl, climb, and push forward. Its six-wheel drive system grips snow, mud, and rock like it's biting into the earth itself. And when you're inside it, you feel something rare, calm, because this truck doesn't panic. It was made for long, quiet journeys where failure isn't an option. What makes it special isn't just strength, it's flexibility. One day it carries troops. The next day it becomes an ambulance. The next, a mobile command unit. Armies across Europe adopted it because it does one thing extremely well. It adapts. And in modern warfare, adaptability is survival. But if you think this truck is impressive, wait until you meet something built with a very different mindset. A mindset focused on intimidation. Now picture something taller, wider, meaner, the kind of truck that looks like it belongs in a warning sign. This is where Russia enters the story. The Hishnik 6x6. Its name literally means predator. And once you see it moving through mud or snow, you understand why. This truck doesn't just travel across terrain. It dominates it. Built for extreme climates, the Hishnik was designed to go where roads are a suggestion, not a rule. Its engine pushes heavy loads without hesitation. Its suspension absorbs punishment that would break ordinary vehicles. And when it moves, it looks alive, like it's hunting. Soldiers who've worked with it say the same thing. Once it starts rolling, nothing stops it. Inside, there's nothing fancy. No luxury, just purpose. Thick metal. Simple controls. Space for people and supplies that absolutely must arrive. The Hishnik isn't famous. It doesn't appear in movies. But it does something more important. It works. And in the frozen edges of the world, that's what matters most. But now, let's step back in time. Because some of the biggest military service trucks ever built were born during an era when nations prepared for the unthinkable. The Cold War. This is where legends were forged. One of them came from Czechoslovakia. And it didn't just carry heavy loads. It redefined what heavy meant. The Tatra T813, often called the Coloss, looks like it rolled straight out of a steel factory. Introduced in the 1960s, this truck was built to carry missile systems, artillery, and equipment so massive it pushed engineering limits of its time. Under its body sits a roaring V12 diesel engine. When it starts, you don't hear it. You feel it. This truck doesn't hurry. It doesn't need to. Its massive wheels and unique suspension system allow it to crawl over obstacles that look impossible. Mud, trenches, uneven ground. It doesn't care. During the Cold War, it became a backbone of Eastern Bloc logistics. When missiles needed to move quietly and reliably, this truck was trusted. And here's something incredible. Decades later, some of these machines still run, restored, preserved, still strong. Because when something is built to survive war, time doesn't scare it. But now the scene shifts. Because across the ocean, another philosophy was taking shape. A focus on modular power, flexibility, speed. The United States needed a truck that could do everything. And they built one that became a legend in its own right. The Oshkosh MK-48 wasn't just a truck. It was a system. Designed in the 1970s, it could be paired with different trailers depending on the mission. Fuel, ammunition, heavy equipment. You name it. Its powerful engine and all-wheel drive allowed it to move massive loads across deserts and battle zones. And during the Gulf War, it proved something important. Reliability wins wars. While tanks fired and aircraft roared overhead, trucks like the MK-48 quietly kept everything running. Fuel reached the front. Ammo arrived on time, and soldiers survived because of it. That's the unseen power of military service trucks. They don't seek attention, but without them, everything collapses. And just when you think you've seen real power, the story takes a darker turn. Because the next machine wasn't designed to carry supplies. It was designed to move the most terrifying weapons ever created. Entire missile systems, across entire continents. This is where the Soviet Union built something truly monstrous. And what comes next will completely change how you understand military logistics. Now the ground feels different, heavier, quieter, because the next machine wasn't built for supplies or troops. It was built to move fear itself. During the height of the Cold War, the Soviet Union needed a vehicle capable of transporting ballistic missiles across vast, unforgiving land. Roads were unreliable. Rail lines could be targeted. So they built a solution that could move anywhere. This is where the MAZ-537 enters the story. Imagine standing next to it. The tires alone are taller than you. The body stretches long and low like a steel animal built to pull the weight of the world. Under the hood sits a massive V12 diesel engine originally based on tank technology. This thing doesn't rush. It doesn't need to. Its job is simple and terrifying. Drag more than 50 tons of military hardware across mud, snow, sand, and broken ground without stopping. When the MAZ-537 moves, it looks unstoppable. And in many ways it carried tanks, missile launchers, and strategic weapons across thousands of miles. Its fuel consumption was enormous, but nobody cared. Because when you're moving intercontinental missiles, efficiency is secondary to certainty. This truck became a symbol of Soviet power. Not flashy, not elegant, just brutally effective. What's even more surprising is where some of these trucks ended up. Long after the Cold War faded, MAZ-537 units were sold into civilian use. Mining operations, heavy recovery missions, even emergency rescue after rail accidents. Machines built for nuclear-era warfare, now pulling derailed trains back onto tracks. That's durability on another level. But if you think that was the peak of Soviet engineering, you're not ready for what came next. Because engineers didn't stop at one monster. They went bigger, longer, more extreme. And they built something that looks like it swallowed a convoy whole. Meet the MAZ-7310. This thing barely looks like a truck. It looks like a moving platform. Built in the 1970s, it was designed to carry massive radar systems, missile launchers, and portable bridges. The cab alone feels oversized, and the rear stretches out endlessly. Built to support loads most vehicles would collapse under. Its engine once again was a V12 diesel, pushing relentless torque to all 8 wheels. This wasn't about speed, it was about control. Slow, steady movement across terrain that would destroy conventional transport. Swamps, forests, snowfields. The MAZ-7310 didn't avoid obstacles. It went through them. One of its most important roles was carrying Scud missile systems. Entire launch platforms moved quietly across remote regions, hidden from satellites and surveillance. That ability changed military strategy. Suddenly, launch positions could shift constantly. And that uncertainty became a weapon in itself. Even more impressive is this. Variants of the MAZ-7310 were adapted for Arctic conditions with minimal changes. That tells you everything about how overbuilt it was. When something survives both nuclear-era planning and polar exploration, you know it's special. But military engineering didn't stop evolving. As time moved forward, armies needed even more power, heavier loads, faster deployment. And this time, the answer came from Belarus, a country not often in headlines, but responsible for one of the most powerful military service trucks ever created. The MZKT-74135 doesn't just carry tanks, it carries multiple tanks at once. When you first see it, your brain struggles to understand the scale. It's wide, massive, almost unfair. Under its armored cab is a monstrous engine producing over 1,000 horsepower. Let that sink in. This isn't a race car. This is a logistics vehicle. Its mission is strategic transport, moving the heaviest equipment armies possess. Missile systems, armored convoys, entire mobile bases. And despite its size, it moves with surprising confidence. Advanced suspension systems keep it balanced. All-wheel drive ensures traction under extreme loads. It's not just strong, it's smart. And military expos. This truck became a showstopper. One viral moment showed it towing a fighter jet on a flatbed. Not for show, as a demonstration of capability. And that's when people realized something. This wasn't just a truck. It was infrastructure on wheels. But raw strength isn't the only form of power. Sometimes the most impressive machines are the ones that solve impossible problems. Like crossing a river when all bridges are destroyed. That's where the next chapter begins. And it's unlike anything you've seen so far. Imagine a truck driving straight into a river. No hesitation, no slowing down. And instead of sinking, it transforms. Panels unfold, sections extend, and within minutes it becomes a floating bridge. This is the French-built EFA system, a machine designed not just to move equipment, but to become the path forward itself. Built to support modern armies, the EFA can deploy bridges under combat conditions faster than traditional engineering units. Tanks drive onto it, trucks roll across it, and the entire structure floats, stabilizes, and holds massive weight. 3 of these units linked together can create a bridge longer than a football field in minutes. This changes everything on the battlefield. Rivers are no longer barriers. They're delays. And in war, speed is life. The EFA proved itself in NATO exercises where it consistently outperformed expectations. Watching it transform feels unreal. Like watching a machine think, but even that wasn't the final evolution. Because engineers asked a dangerous question. What if a vehicle could be both a bridge and a ferry? What if it could move independently on land and water with equal confidence? That question led to one of the most advanced military service vehicles ever built, the M3 Amphibious Rig. Looks calm at first. Low profile, wide, almost unassuming. But the moment it hits water, it comes alive. Side panels deploy, water jets activate, and suddenly it's no longer a truck. It's a floating platform capable of carrying a main battle tank across a river. On land, it drives at highway speeds. In water, it moves faster than most boats of its size. Multiple M3 units can link together to form massive floating bridges. Or they can operate independently as ferries. This flexibility makes them priceless in modern operations. Armies in Europe and Asia rely on them because they remove one of warfare's oldest problems. Terrain. Rivers no longer stop advances. They don't slow logistics. They simply become another surface to cross. And when you step back and look at everything you've seen so far, one truth becomes impossible to ignore. These machines don't fire weapons. They don't wear armor like tanks. But without them, nothing else works. And the final part of this story will show you why these giants are more important now than ever. At this point, you've seen machines that carry missiles, tanks, and even become bridges. But now it's time to understand the real reason these giants exist. War isn't one at the front line. It's one in the space between. The long distances, the harsh terrain, the endless movement of fuel, steel, and people. And this is where military service trucks quietly decide outcomes. Think about a modern battlefield. Aircraft need fuel. Tanks need maintenance. Troops need food, water, and shelter. Every single one of those needs depends on trucks powerful enough to survive chaos. This is why armies around the world continue to invest in machines that most civilians will never see up close. Because logistics is not glamorous, but it is absolute. One of the most demanding tasks any military truck can face is moving main battle tanks. These machines weigh more than most buildings. Transporting them isn't just about pulling weight. It's about braking safely, turning under load, and staying stable when the ground gives way. This is where American engineering once again stepped forward with a truck built for one purpose only. Carry the heaviest thing on the battlefield and do it reliably. The Oshkosh M1070 heavy equipment transporter changed everything. Built to move the M1 Abrams tank, this truck became a symbol of modern military logistics. When you see it on the road, it looks like a mountain in motion. Its long frame, massive wheels, and reinforced cab give off a sense of unstoppable momentum. And that's exactly what it was designed to deliver. Under the hood sits a powerful diesel engine, pushing hundreds of horsepower through a reinforced drivetrain. Paired with an advanced automatic transmission and all-wheel drive, it can haul more than 70 tons across deserts, highways, and broken terrain. During conflicts in the Middle East, this truck became essential. It allowed tanks to arrive at battlefields without burning through their own tracks or fuel. That alone extended operational range and saved lives. But what truly sets it apart is reliability. Soldiers trust this machine. And in war, trust in equipment is everything. When a convoy moves at night through hostile territory, there is no room for breakdowns. The M1070 proved itself again and again under extreme heat, sandstorms, and constant use. That's why it remains in service today, upgraded and improved, but still recognizable. Now let's zoom out even further. Because some of the biggest military service trucks aren't just about moving things. They're about supporting entire operations for weeks at a time. Mobile workshops, fuel tankers the size of small buildings, command centers hidden inside armored shells. These trucks turn empty land into functioning bases. In remote regions where air support is limited and infrastructure doesn't exist, these vehicles become lifelines. They carry generators, repair tools, medical units, and communication systems. They create bubbles of order inside chaos. And while they rarely appear in headlines, commanders know their value. There's a reason many modern military doctrines say logistics decides victory before the first shot is fired. If you can move faster, supply better, and recover quicker than your opponent, you control the battlefield. And that control rides on wheels bigger than most cars. What's fascinating is how these trucks influence civilian engineering. Technologies developed for military service trucks often end up in mining, disaster response, and space exploration support vehicles. Heavy-duty suspension, modular platforms, extreme climate engines, all born from the need to move the impossible. Even today, some of these giants have second lives. Retired military trucks are used in oil fields, polar research stations, and emergency recovery missions. Machines built for war now saving lives after earthquakes or pulling collapsed infrastructure back together. There's something poetic about that, but here's the twist you might not expect. As warfare evolves, these trucks aren't becoming obsolete. They're becoming more important. Drones can strike targets. Missiles can hit from far away. But none of that matters without fuel, parts, and people arriving on time. No army has ever outrun its supply chain. That's why modern military service trucks are now being designed with even more advanced systems. Armor against ambushes. electronic countermeasures, driver assistance for long missions. Some are even experimenting with semi-autonomous convoys, where one lead vehicle guides several others through dangerous zones. The future of logistics is just as high-tech as combat itself. And yet, the core idea hasn't changed since the Cold War. Big problems require big solutions. When a bridge is gone, you build one on wheels. When a tank is too heavy, you build a truck that makes it feel light. When the land says no, these machines say yes. By now, you've probably realized something. These trucks aren't background players. They are the backbone. The reason armies can project power across continents. The reason operations don't grind to a halt. They may not fire S,